Recently, there's been an influx of Nepo baby and daddy's money accusations, and honestly, it makes me proud of myself. It means I made it. So today I thought I would go through all the careers I've ever had in my life and how much I made from them, and let you guys know how these careers brought me to where I am now. Just to start out, my parents are amazing because they didn't give me a single dime after I turned 16, and I genuinely think that's the reason I am so driven. So starting off, I lived in Idaho, and there's this weird law, or maybe it was illegal, I don't know. But I actually started working when I was 13. But basically, I was the tutor's assistant for disabled children. So I would just teach younger children the alphabet and colors. The hourly pay was $2.50. Then, because I lived in Idaho again, you can start working at the age of 14 in that state. I started my first real job at the YMCA. So I worked in the daycare and I absolutely loved it. I worked that job for 3 years and I still think about the kids that I worked with every single day. I also think about the diapers that I changed there. And from that, I got $7.15 an hour. I also worked that job while I was going to an international baccalaureate at high school. If you do the IB program, please back me up. I had 4 to 5 hours of homework a day. I would go to high school, go to my daycare job, stay up till midnight doing my homework, and then repeat the day all over again. Then I went to college, and I was a college tutor actually. I was paid $9.15 an hour from that job. My second year in college, I became a video editor for the school. It's the reason I learned so much about video editing, and I made $9.50 an hour from that. And then during college, I worked every side gig you can imagine. I would nanny. That was $15 an hour, which was like insane for me. Then I was also a model, believe it or not. I got paid $50 an hour from that, which I thought was mind-blowing. Now I know I was definitely exploited, but it's whatever. This is where everything in my career changed, and I kind of figured out what I wanted to do. I saved up every single penny I had, and I bought my first camera. I think it was a T3i. I also lived in Hawaii, and I love. And that's when it hit me, I should be a wedding videographer. So I went to Craigslist and I put out a post that said, I will shoot your wedding for free. It still makes me tear up, but the first couple that I ever filmed their wedding was the sweetest couple ever, and they were so normal, which is so weird considering they found me through Craigslist. But I sent them their wedding video, and their email to me, I will never forget it, is all the validation I ever needed. And then I built up the courage to charge $500. And then the next year was $1,000, and then the next year was $2,000. And I was a wedding videographer for 8 years, and I loved it so much. That all brings us to this job. Always kind of had this as a side gig to whatever I've been doing. I cannot believe and could not be more grateful that I get to immerse every single thing that I love in this earth into one job. I love cats. I love interior decorating. I love fashion. I love cracking jokes. So yeah, I'm not a Nepo baby. I don't get any money from my parents. I think I just showed up over and over for things that I loved and cared about until it became a life.